In this channel there exist many words that often returns, for example waiter of data or API, and also internal data. You will see a case that wants to get value from internal data doesn't yield the expected results. This person provided around 5,000 rows of sales data, and let's say that we have around 6 columns of useful data. They wanted an analysis providing all insights that a manager would need to know from it. Then they did something I generally not advise, that is which kind of analysis. They went into the details, and that is again another prompt that I don't suggest, and they continued to repeat the scene. The problem is that with the data they provide, you can't do most of the things they ask. Why? Let's go on Tableau to see why. The first reasonable chart, not analysis, I did is the sales by year. You could already notice from here that we have a fiscal year, just it, and generally I suggest the timestamp, not the date, the timestamp for each transaction. With this column we can't create other columns, so a way to do data enrichment. Maybe we could see that in some months we sell more than others. Next, I wanted to investigate the drop, and the only source of this information come from country, or even better, region, and so I did. You see that in Europe they have the biggest drop. If we take this out because we want to see better the other ones, you see that instead on Southeast Asia and Pacific they had an increase, even though I don't understand why the amount is so low, even though we deals with pounds. If we exclude that part as well, we notice that all the rest are basically constant. I remind you that statistics is also the study of variability. In this case we have the opposite, that is constants, so we can't perform any kind of analysis on this. We can just ask why. So it is not a statistical analysis, it is an interview to some people of the company. Let's go on, and basically the video ends here. Sales by product name, we have something that prompts other questions. We have nothing useful. We could build a Pareto chart out of this to suggest a sales strategy. In my opinion, no. And that's it. I can't do much else with such a kind of data. Also, I found interesting that on Tableau, compared to OpenOffice, I could see other, let's call them, kind of data. For example, I see this named range, I suppose, and the source of the data, that is SAP. And SAP is a very common software used for enterprise and resource planning. And now we know that this problem with this column comes from SAP, or at least how they configured it, my assumption. So now you understand why you can't have meaningful analysis with just internal data, no matter if they come from SAP, HubSpot, that is a different kind of software, that is a CRM, or other kinds of management software you use. For useful statistical analysis that goes beyond just 3-4 charts that I did in this case, you need to have different sources of data. Also, this person focused on technical stuff, and they didn't do something I would find more obvious, like the description of the company. That helps to also focus the analysis. When you seek workers, the description of the company in the ad might look useless. In this case, it is the opposite. Surprisingly, in this case, I don't whine about the data documentation because it is almost self-explanatory, but I whine about the company's documentation. Who are you? What do you do? How many people do you have inside? Why did you decide to sell in certain regions and drop the others? I assume they dropped it, maybe they had other kind of problems. How do you sell? And so on. If you want to a sales report, we can first have a free call so we can discuss how to put ourselves into the conditions to work in the most effective way. You can book this free call in the link you see in the description. Bye and see you the next time.